Hare Krishna. I would like to welcome all of you to the second part of our DT dressing workshop. So again, to begin with, I would like to thank Hare Krishna TV and Anantaraga Prabhu who have organized this. Also, I would like to thank all of you for your encouraging feedback and remarks for our last workshop. And because a lot of devotees requested that if we can also have some video on the dressing of Lord Jagannath. So we have come up with these two sessions of Lord Jagannath dressing on the auspicious occasion of Sri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Snana Yatra Day. So in the video, you'll see scrolling down what are the different things we'll learn in the first day of this second part of the workshop. So here you can see the deities of Sri Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra Maiya. Now I've dressed only Baldevji because I'll be demonstrating the dressing and the paraphernalia that is required for Lord Jagannath. So here, so what we learn is the first there is a base that we'll begin with to see, and then we'll see how we can make these cloth fans. We'll also see how we can make this peacock fan mukut, these turban pieces and these hangings. So and this twist also. Last time many devotees requested that can you demonstrate how to make this, and so we'll begin with that. And I'll shift Jagannath ji on this another table here, and then demonstrate you how we can make first his base and other paraphernalia. Hare Krishna. So now first we will learn to make the base for dressing Lord Jagannath. You see this is the base on which the whole turban is made. So to make the base I am using a piece of foam. Like this comes for packaging material, or sometimes there is foam in used in packing shirts, and so you can find easily. So this piece is around 1 meter long and it is around 9 inches in width. So I'm going to first fold it in and using a thread and a needle I'm going to. So it should have at least a width of 4 inches so that it can raise the turban above the eyes of Lord Jagannath. So I have a thread and needle. So using which so some of you maybe already have some expert ideas on making how to do this. I'm selling for people who don't know, who don't have any like stitching or knowledge. So this is how I discovered to do it at home. Because there is no rocket science involved in it, some basic common sense can be used, and this can be so the thread should be just able to hold this fold. That is enough. Some places like in Bombay, there are people, if you give the diameter of Lord's head, they can make a ready-made pagdi for you. That also you can use. So that pagdi is not very thick So actually, on that, if you dress, it looks like a little cylindrical. So this dressing we are learning is basically like how it is done in ISKCON. If you see in Jagannath Puri, Lord is very simply dressed. They just cover his head with a cloth of silk, like tie a single piece pagdi. Or there are veshas in which there are special mukuts. You can offer mukut also to Lord Jagannath. So this is, we are almost done. We have reached till the end. Sorry, you may find a little boring, but this is for those who have requested this, and I'll be happy even if it benefits one of the viewers. Tried. We don't have Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra deities here, so I picked these up from the gift shop and somehow got everything made to demonstrate this. So we have reached till end. Now, so now this I've folded, and now I'll take a cloth and wrap it on. So I have taken a silk cloth. This is all, and I'm going to wrap it around this. So this is little less in width. So I'm taking one which is okay. So I'm just trying. So I'm wrapping it in because we want Jagannath, because the base should also look neat. We just don't want to keep a piece of foam on his head. So like this, and with the same thread, I'm going to stitch this also. So you don't need to be an expert at this, just take a thread and needle, and the way I'm doing you can do. Or if you have somebody who is more expert, can do it more neatly, that's best. Or if you have any other idea, you can please share with us. So that way, even if you have wrapped a nice cloth on it, so even if the base is visible, it will not look bad. So I will need little more thread. I'll just end it here and so I'm taking a little more thread because after we'll fit it on Lord's head also and then bind the ends also. So now this is almost ready. So now I'm going to wrap it around Jagannath Ji's head. It should be fit. So now I'm holding it here. So then I'm binding these ends here. So we'll bind it nicely. So once so now this is done. Okay, so this fits well on Jagannath ji's head, but it may come on his eyes. So I'm going to tilt it, and the angle at which I want it to be tilted, I'll hold it here, and I'll stitch that also so that it fits perfectly in Jagannath ji's head. Some of you may not like to use this base, and you can use some thick cloth and first tie a base when you are tying a turban. That's also good. So this is ready. See, the base for Jagannath's pagdi is ready. Now we will be able to tie a pagdi easily. So now we learn how to make the fan for Jagannath ji's pagdi. Because if you see, we dress Jagannath ji very opulently, like he's dressed, his worship happens in Aishwarya Bhav. So his pagdi has to be very opulent if you choose to. So we can use, if you see a lot of temple, they use a lot of fans, big fans. So we'll see how we can make a cloth fan. So to make a cloth fan, we need some cloth. You can choose plain fabric. I have here fabric which already has some borders and designs. So something like this, satin. And we need some good quality fusing. If you know fusing, like you see in shirt collars, there is something stiff, so that's fusing. So we use fusing and we use cloth. And it's very simple. We just have to iron this fusing over this cloth. And then we'll be able to get our fan ready. So I'll just demonstrate. So so now this fusing is here. So I'll keep the cloth. It sticks well if we iron the fusing on very high temperature. I have iron here. And then you need to hold it at one place for some time. So you'll see that it'll start sticking to the cloth. Now this is, I'm demonstrating just a piece of cloth with fusing, but to make a fan, it is important that the width, the length of the cloth is at least the 5 times the width of the cloth piece. So by that I mean, like if you see, so you see it starts sticking. So this is the width of the cloth piece and this is the length. So to make a proper fan like this, it is important that this length is at least 5 times this width. Then you will be able to get such a nice fan. So you can take some plain cloth, fuse it. Then best thing is to stitch these borders on it. If not, you can use fabric glue. Or if not, you can use glue gun, which I'll demonstrate to you, but that's not the best choice. So this is how it will start fusing. You will hold the cloth or the iron over one place for some time. If there is something between the cloth and the fusing, it will not stick. So like because there are borders in it, it is difficult to do it at the end, but so you need the iron on very high temperature, like on the temperature for cotton or linen. So you get fusing in several categories. Get a good quality fusing so that your fans stay stiff. Otherwise, if you'll see, the fusing is also there in the dresses of Laddu Gopal. What you see after some uses, it becomes weak. So the fans won't stand as stiff as they need to be. So get a good quality fusing. And you see, now this is ready. These both are fused. They are glued together. So this can be very easily used to make fans for Lord Jagannath. So now I already have so this similar fan, I fuse this cloth and then I stick these borders. using glue gun. If you would have seen a glue gun, as I said, this is not the best choice. You can best is to get this stitched, but if you, I don't know to do stitching, I don't have a stitching machine, so I use glue gun or fabric glue. So then so like this, I fuse this orange cloth, raw silk, and then I place these borders, and then I will pleat it. Like in school, you would have learned to make a fan. So first to get its exact place where to start folding. First I fold in the center, then the first half again, and then this again, fold this part also. So then we'll start folding this cloth like this. Keep folding until you reach the end. If you'll take very thick cloth, it's difficult to fold it, but it can be done. So this is how we'll keep folding it. So this is how we have folded it till end. I am holding it both ends tightly, compressing all the folds. So you'll see now when we'll open it, it will be a nice fan. So now I have this, you can use any thread, you can use some good quality rubber band. I have this golden thread here, which I am going to tie its base from one side. So tie a knot very tightly. So there's an open up. So now this fan is ready. So when you're making fans for Lord Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, try that you make every fan at least two same one design. So I have two of these. So you can use, and you can make um, same color, size and fans, some in different sizes, like one big, one small, so that suppose you don't want to use different color fans and you want to keep theme with some particular colors, you can use the same color fan, same design in different size. So this is how we make our fans. So this is, so we have these fans so ready, like, so now when we'll dress Jagannath ji, I'll use this fan which is similar to the fan other side. Now other thing I wanted to demonstrate is also to make your own peacock fan mukut pieces. Like for Jagannath's dressing, these are good. So like here it is placed behind, but if you wish you can place it a little ahead, in front also, in the center also. They look good on Lord Jagannath. Instead of a single peacock feather, you can use a peacock feather mukut piece. So now to make peacock feather mukut piece, we need some peacock feathers and we need a piece of cardboard. So I have here, so I've taken a piece of cardboard like big enough so that the peacock feathers can rest on it. Otherwise, because they don't have a circular stem, if you see, so when you keep them, if you don't place this part on the cardboard, they keep, if you place this, then they keep turning in different directions. So we take a big enough piece so that the peacock feathers stay straight. So I'm using this one of these pieces. Glue stick. So we'll need glue gun for this. So we have these this cardboard piece here, and then to place at the center, like, so here is this one mukut piece. So we need a brooch or a embroidered turban piece to be placed at the center. Take some good peacock feathers. So we'll keep some here, like this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 in its outer periphery. So 1, 2, I'll take a comparatively bigger one for to be placed at the center. So now before I'll put the glue, I'll see how I would like to place them and then cut them accordingly. So I'll cut and remove this extra stem. So before we actually glue them, we'll pre-arrange them, and so that later there is no problem in after we have placed them. It should look filled. Some of the peacock feathers will be visible, some may not be, but together they'll give a good feel. Otherwise the cardboard will be visible. So you can choose how big you want the turban piece to be and place, and accordingly you can keep the proximity of the peacock feathers. So here I have taken quite big one. Similarly, I'll take some peacock feathers to be placed inside. So I'm using ones which were already trimmed, because to be placed inside we need those which are trimmed, and we need to cut them close to the eye. So like they'll be placed very close. And if they're preferably if they're smaller in size, that's good. So I'll take some small ones. Yeah, like this size. So we should keep few of them handy so that we have pre-arranged this, and so then either you can use a circular turban piece. Here I'm using this peacock shape to be placed at the center. It's up to you how you want. So the glue gun, I'm waiting it to be just heated. So then I'm keeping these out again. and then we'll displace them outside the So you can use either a glue gun or you can use Fevicol also, whichever works with you. Fevicol or any other glue. Glue gun is a little, it's hot, so you have to be very careful while using it. But it needs to be sufficiently hot. So after this mukut piece, we'll learn how to make a twist. So by the time glue gun is getting ready, so we'll use the so these are two pieces of cloth. According to the thickness of the twist, you can choose. So if you take, say, a single piece of cloth, so you can knot them or you can tuck them or you can take somebody's help who can, for example, if these piece of cloth, I want to make a knot beginning from here. So I can ask somebody to hold, for example, Prabhu, can you hold? And then twist them. But here I am, because I need a little thicker twist, so I am just, so if you don't have anyone, you can, tuck it. For example, now I am going to use his finger as a, so you can tuck it around a latch or a hook on a wall and then, so now the idea of making twist is you have these two sides of cloth. You have to turn, this is exactly how rope is made. So we have to twist both of them in clockwise direction and then turn over each other in an anti-clockwise direction. And similarly, we keep doing that. So if you'll see, and if your twist has come up nicely, if I leave it, it will not open. You see, it stays as it is because both of them are twisted in opposite directions, so they will not open. So here I'll continue making this twist. So here it's one color. You can take two color that looks very beautiful. It won't open, but still I'll pin the ends so that it doesn't become loose. Now to highlight the To highlight these twists, I am going to put some beads on it. Like here we have silver beads. So to do this, you need beads which are long enough and which are not very tightly made. They should be little loose. So now I'll take this twist. So before twisting also you can put the bead inside, or now what I'm pinning this, taking this pin over the cloth or thread of the bead and back into the cloth. Now I'll twist it in the gaps. If you have thinner beads, they will look more beautiful. See, our twist is ready. So I have here thin beads also, so I'll show you with those also. So here I'll take a pin, tuck it into the cloth, over the beads, back into the cloth. So now if this goes inside, see now the impressions have more depth. And the remaining one we can just pin it over here. And the twist is ready. So now the glue gun is okay. So now our glue gun is hot enough. Now we'll see how we're going to stick these peacock feathers to make our mukut piece. So we'll stick them one by one because the glue dries very quickly. So very carefully because glue gun can burn your hand. So I've kept a good one for the center. And then one more here. Then little bit on the other side. One here. And now this one in the
center. For outside, if you want to make it bigger, you can make it bigger. If you want to make it dense, you can make it dense. I'm showing some basic. So then I'm going to stick these smaller peacock feathers. Or before you stick them, we trim their edges so that they don't cover the bigger peacock feather. We will just cover it so that the base, that cardboard is not visible. I'll take one more. So now either I can place this in the center, or I have this also. See? So you can take a bigger one also, place it in the center like this. So now this is ready, and now I'll trim the outside edges as well to give it a semicircular shape. So you can make it more dense by placing more peacock feathers inside. So this is good to be used. Like you see this one. So this looks good. So now, so we have learned so far to make a cloth fan. We have learned to make the base. We have learned to make the mukut. We have learned to make the twist. Now, another thing I also wanted to show is to make a turban piece. For example, like these turban pieces are placed here. So this is also very simple. I have used a cardboard piece again, and these ready, these ready-made pieces are available in market in wherever the dressing material is available. They may not be as elaborate as the turban pieces that we get for DTs in market, but you can still make. So what we do, just paste these using some glue over cardboard, and before pasting you can put a very fine lining cloth behind the cardboard, and after you have pasted these and it dries, you can cut it with the help of a scissor, and you have these ready turban pieces. I'll show you how it looks like. So I took these, how I made these. I took this piece and stick. Using glue, I pasted it on a cardboard piece, and behind the cardboard piece, before I pasted some cloth which also dried, and then using a scissor Now I'll remove this extra cardboard. So you see now this center was also empty, but this red color is looking good. So now with the help of a pin, you can just take a pin, put it in the behind, and then you can use it like this. So this is how you can make your own turban pieces also. And one more thing I want to share was how to make your own pin cushion. So to make a pin cushion, you can use a steel bowl like we have. Like this pin cushion is made with the help of a steel bowl, a katori, and this is made with some cotton, this synthetic cotton and velvet. Velvet is the best cloth to make pin cushion. But here I am demonstrating with some another material, and instead of cotton, I am using some sponge. So we like when we cut these sponge for lot, we have some waste sponge. And I have a more sheet from which I'll cut some more. So if you make it, please make it with a velvet. Here I am just demonstrating it with some another cloth. So I have this cloth piece here, and I'm taking a piece out of it and take this all sponge, keep it in the center, and just tie a knot over it. So when you take cotton, you can stuff more cotton inside to make it more stiff. So I've tied a knot from both sides. I'm using this. So I'm using some, how you can use some waste thing. So this is the cap for a bottle. And then I just stuff this inside. So actually I can stuff some more sponge inside this. So I'll stuff some to make it stiff. Or rather than that, first I will cut a piece of this size. Little smaller than cloth. First place it so that this This is smooth. And then I will tie a knot in these pieces of and then similarly on the other side. So now this is a very firm top. Now this will go nicely inside this. So if it fits in, I'll put some glue inside before stuffing it. So it will stick inside. Now probably you want to look it more beautiful. So you can take some border and stick it around this. And then put one more. So instead of glue gun, you can use Fevicol. So similar way, our pin cushion is ready. So you can put your pins. So velvet is best because it lasts long and it is stretchable, so it won't tear very quickly like other cloth material. So we have learned how to prepare our turban base. We have learned how to prepare the twist. We have learned how to prepare fans. We have learned how to make turban pieces, peacock mukut piece, and our pin cushion also. So in the next session, we'll learn how to make how to dress Lord with a turban like this. And here I've used, because it's raining outside, I've not got real flowers, but these artificial flowers which will look almost like the real champa flowers. So preferably you can use real flowers, but like at homes you dress lordships once a week. So you can use artificial flowers to dress them also. So I hope you like this session, and in the next session we will see how to dress Lord Jagannath, and we'll try to replicate this similar turban on the other side. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.